Hello, my name is Sal Ormero, and today I will be talking about same-sex couples and marriages. This will cover the cultural beliefs, religious beliefs, and the many customs in dating, marriage, and family life within this particular group. There are many aspects that people take when talking about homosexuality in a religious view. Christianity, Judaism, and Islam both share a common view when people choose what they want to preach. The Bible has a section where homosexuality is brought up to be a sin. In the Old Testament section is where religion shows where they stand when talking about gay rights. When people pick and choose different things to preach, it comes off as contradicting and rude. The Bible has other topics like no one can eat pork or have premarital sex, but homosexuality is the one that it shine on. However, there are many religious groups in these three categories that still accept everybody. With same-sex marriage, there are different societal views that are made with these marriages. Some pros are that same-sex couples will help in adoption if they want to start a family. Many same-sex couples do decide that adoption is the best thing for them. However, society thinks that by allowing same-sex couples to marry, that anyone can marry anything, which is false. With regards to same-sex couples and marriages, there is a need for human rights that we deserve to be equal. Many of these rights include being able to marry anyone you want to, regardless of them being the same gender, allowing same-sex couples to have an easier process of adoption, and putting an end in discrimination in the workforce of gender and sexuality. When talking about rights around the world, specifically gay rights. There are many countries that are different. For instance, that the United States and Europe are more free with gays being open about it, but in Pakistan, it is a crime and can lead to death for being an open LGBT person. In the United States, the movement started at Stonewall with the Stonewall riots. These riots were the beginning of the movement and helped to stop oppression of LGBT community to make them have more rights and equal rights to everyone else. This would later be successful many years later. On June 26, 2015, the United States made it legal for same-sex couples to get married in the US. This was able to open new doors for us and be represented as a society. With dating, there are gender norms with same-sex couples. Feminine and masculine traits are on a scale rather than an objective thing. And with regards to sex, society has a perception that gays have sex a lot and are dirty, but in reality, that's not how it is. We are just as normal as everybody else. Additionally, there is also an idea of a man and women relationship that people put on same-sex couples. So they want to say that there's a man who's a man and who's the woman, which is wrong. And with regards to PDA, the more liberal the places, the more PDA is accepted, but same-sex couples usually don't do it. With marriage ceremony and marriage license, some counties still do not have same-sex couples to which people are fighting over. However, it is legal in all 50 states. And for the wedding attire, for women, they could both wear dresses or one could wear a suit, and for men, they could both wear a suit or one could wear a dress. With family life and adoption for same-sex couples, there is usually a stigma behind same-sex couples. People say that a child needs both a mother and a father. However, all they need is a loving parent or parents that are able to take care of them, and if they are able to do that, then they are able to adopt. Additionally, with adoption, there would be a decrease in children in adoption. This will be able to take children from these adoption centers and give them a home and a family that loves them. However, there are some counties that make it more difficult for same-sex couples to adopt, and this is where equality has to come in. With divorce, before you could only get it where your marriage was legalized, but after you could go anywhere. However, there are still counties that don't recognize the marriage of same-sex couples, which makes it harder to get a divorce. And you can be remarried in any state, regardless. There's there is still discrimination that happens today, and with those hardships, it does become hard for this group. However, we strive for inclusivity, allowing society to be more inclusive will be the upbringing of a group for equality. We work hard for our rights to prosper and do well. Here are my sources for everything covered. Thank you for taking the time to watch my presentation.